So my speech is about the persecution of the Roma Gypsy people. And they migrated first from India before 1000 AD, and in the 14th century they migrated from the Balkans to West Europe in the 15th century. In the 16th century, the Catholic Church were afraid of them, and they released anti-gypsy propaganda. Henry VII would find them for the first time, they'd be given a warning, and for the second time they would be executed. Pope Pius V expelled them from the Catholic Church and caused other countries like Spain to send the Roma people to the United States and Africa as slaves. This is all according to Brearley 2001. In the 18th century, there was severe assimilation, and in the 19th century, during the Enlightenment movement, they were deemed as noble savages, and Aryan racism and social Darwinism continued. During the World War II persecution era, the United States Holocaust Museum 2019 says that the German people gave them the nickname Zigeuner, which translates to gypsy. And according to them, the German authorities subjected Roma to arbitrary internment, forced labor in concentration camps, deportation, mass murder, and sterilization. Sterilization meaning removing them for the ability for them to reproduce. Brearley 2001 says that inhumane experiments were done on the Roma people, especially twins and dwarfs. The United States Holocaust Museum of 2019 says that during 1940 to 1941, 2,500 Roma people were deported and sent to internment camps to work. In 1941, 5,007 Roma people were deported from Austria to the Lodz Jewish ghetto, and this was during the typhus epidemic, causing many of them to die and the survivors to be gassed. And that is seen here with these men going to the gas chambers. Thorne 2011 says that the deportation were racially motivated act, and Antonescu's, the military leader of Romania's deportation acts, were racially motivated to homogenize the Romanian population. Brearley 2001 says 200,000 to 500,000 Roma people were murdered in the Nazi camps for their goal to completely exterminate them. The U.S. Holocaust Museum 2019 says these crimes were not accounted for until a lot later in 1965. The acts before 1943 were finally accounted for. Thorne 2011 says that the Gypsy Holocaust overall gave the opportunity for Romanian fascists to pursue their racist utopia. Mixed marriages were seen as hazardous biologically and psychologically, and that the Roma people polluted them more than the Jewish people. During the communist and post-communist era, Brearley 2001 says that students were put into special education schooling because they were seen as retarded, and they have an illiteracy rate of 60%. In the Czech Republic, 1970 to 1980, women were forced sterilization and put into shanty towns. Many of them took the identity of being non-gypsy, like Bulgarian, to hide it. In 1989, their conditions worsened. In the modern prosecution era, Brearley 2001 says that there was a rape accusation from a Roma person that caused 1,000 villagers to burn 137 homes of Roma people, and a couple of Roma people stole vegetables from a farmer, and both of them were killed. 30 pogroms from 1990 to 1995 tortured homes, had lynchings, sentenced them to death, and all of these racial attacks were denied. A Romanian activist quotes, "Before the revolution, only police were violent to Romanians, now the whole population can be." According to Brearley 2001, skinheads were mainly responsible for these hate crimes. They still exist in pre-communist countries and are openly neo-Nazi, racist, and violent. They're not that much convicted because they're sons of police, and they still continue to burn homes. In conclusion, these Romanian gypsy people have been racially discriminated against, tortured, experimented on immorally, and were in a massive genocide and displacement. I will leave you with a quote from a Romanian proverb from Brearley 2001 that says, "A land without gypsies is a land without freedom."